Hi, we just finished meeting for pronunciation practice on September 16th, and we started with sunflowers. I picked this word. It's the word I always use to help me remember the stress pattern for 1, 2, 3 with stress on the first syllable. So I do think it's helpful to choose a word that will help you remember each of the stress patterns. And if it's a word you're not sure about, then you can compare it to the word that you are sure about. So if it's a word with 3 syllables, you've got 3 choices. It could be 1, 2, 3 sunflowers, or it could be 1, 2, 3. In that case, I use develop, develop. Or it could be 1, 2, 3, and I use understand, understand. So sunflowers is my word, and sunflowers are the state flowers of Kansas. I just had to make it all plural because I made this plural so I could use a Z, but really it's singular. The sunflower is the state flower of Kansas. Sunflowers. Stone. By itself, just own, but 6 stone. It doesn't look like there's a connection, but because of the letter X is really a K and an S sound that ends with an S, 6 stone. So you don't have to take any stop, you just keep your airflow moving. 6 stone water jars. Ceremonial. Ceremonial. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ceremonial. Ceremonial washing. And necessary. 1, 2, 3, 4. Necessary. That would be a good word for a 4 syllable word. Stress on the first syllable. And verses. So for this little phrase, the VS means verses. And I thought we should practice that by itself. Verses with a Z at the end. And provision. Provision. So the SH sh is voiceless. So if you have that, use your voicing, make sound. Zh, so it sounds like zhin. Provision versus necessary. Perpendicular. Or it doesn't have to be as perfect as Q. It could be kya. Perpendicular. Because you're not going to notice it. Perpendicular. Or perpendicular. It's kind of fun to say perpendicular. This murder and murderer and harder have the R combination. So when I say my tongue is curled back and then I have to go up for the D and then pull it back again for the R. Murder. It doesn't have to be a strong D with a lot of air pressure. It could be a quick alveolar flap. Murder, because you're pulling it back. Murder. There was a murder. And then murderer, hold your tongue in the R position as you make the sound again. So murderer, keep it curled back. Murderer, that whole time. They caught the murderer. Harder, same thing. Curl it back, then the D, and then back for the R. Harder. It's harder than it looks. Gripped. By itself, I overpronounced the T. You wouldn't be able to hear it. Grip, just close. You will hear the T if it's followed by a vowel. So now I gripped on. I gripped on to the bar. Gripped on to. Looks uses the vowel like took, and so does good. So putting them together can be helpful for practicing doing that same position close together. It looks good. Most people are good at good, but not sometimes like should and would, and even looks. So using good or another word you know has that sound before you say the other word you need to practice can be helpful. It looks good. And then we did a little practice with the connected speech and more casual, how's it going? And I use IH for the I, win, or you can use go one for the schwa and sometimes it's easier to think of it as go and one because it's the same sound, one. So, how's it going? How's it going? It's a tiny difference. I used when and I used one, and it doesn't really matter. And then how you doing or how you doing. That's it. How are you? How are you? Hey, how are you? And you can say return. It's not wrong. It's totally correct, but it's just more correct than what native speakers are doing. And whenever an American English speaker can change a vowel to they'll do it. So return, return. Reputation. Repu doesn't have to be a perfect pew. It could be a pia, repia, but the stress stays on te. Reputation, reputation. And there was a good question, thank you, Glendis, about how come this one we changed to return, but this one we don't. We don't say reputation. Um, and a kind of good short answer is that if you can take the RE off and you can easily see a root word there, then you know that the re is just adding extra information to change the meaning to mean again. So that's optional and it can change to return. Um, I could take re and have a root with something else, but if you don't easily recognize it, I don't know putation, then trust yourself. And it doesn't change to we use re, reputation. So if you think of other words that might easily fall into that pattern of, let's see, we did review, rewind, um, we did return, report. Hard to think of words when you're trying to think of words. Um, I'm out of words. But there's the same pattern. You can see that, oh, I know view is a word. And so I can take off re and I don't have to say re. I can say raw. So review, rewind, report, return, and reputation. So I hope that was more helpful than confusing. All right. Sunflowers, stone, ceremonial, necessary, verses, provision, perpendicular, murder, murderer, harder, grip, looks. How's it going? How you doing? How are ya? Return, reputation. All right. Thank you. It's good to see everyone, and I hope to see you tomorrow for intonation practice. Thanks. Have a good day.